Free me from this cat-shaped prison. Please, let me rest.
We're entering our flop era.
Shit's bleak out here. All right.
18 plus, who wants to get milked?
It's kind of quality we have here. Debate this.
I need the edge. I need what the raw, unfiltered internet can bring you.
This is probably only going to be the third or fourth dumbest thing I've said today.
That's for nobody.
Just out there raw dogging the internet.
Way more hog than I expected.
It's about as much hog as I anticipated.
This is going to be one of those episodes, isn't it?
Here comes the cow. Here comes the cow.
All right, let's get this over with so we can play Magic.
Hello and welcome to Debate This, the show where no one is right, but someone is definitely wrong. In this show, we take time out of our busy adult lives to talk about comic books, video games, and how, you know what, today I'm probably going to upset a fandom. I think it's going to happen.
Can't wait.
If you haven't upset a fandom, have you been terminally online?
Yeah. What a phenomenal question. Put that on my gravestone. Can that be my epitaph?
I think it would be more impressive if to say that any of us haven't upset a fandom at this point.
Yeah.
If
we made it,
if we haven't upset a fandom, it's because they're not listening.
We made it halfway. We made it through 7.5 seasons without upsetting a fandom yet. We haven't done our jobs.
Yeah, we did an entire 2-hour episode on Amory Wars. We've absolutely upset a fandom here and there.
Boy, we did do a 2-hour episode on Amory Wars.
3.5 hours on Kingdom Hearts and
I don't remember that.
6 hours on One Piece.
I don't remember that. Let's move on.
Well, the subject of today's flavor text was commissioned by our favorite Butt Thwomp Nation artist and the creator of our Giraptin Amerisaur Discord emote at Squirrelmancer in our Discord. If you have an idea for the topic of our next flavor text, head over to patreon.com/debatethiscast to commission it now. For the low price of $60 and my own personal sanity, we'll record a podcast about whatever property you well up from the depths. Maybe it can be about another YA book series. Nope, not that one. Again, you can get all the details at patreon.com/debatethiscast.
I think the sentence, our Giraptin Amerisaur Discord emote, is such a wild sentence because 95% of the world doesn't know what a single one of those words are.
That's true. Yeah.
Andrew, effectively 100% of the world doesn't know what any of those words are.
Yeah.
Well, Discord and emote, I think, are probably
a little bit wider range.
I guess.
Giraptin Amerisaur. I could look up how many people have listened to that episode and tell you exactly how many people know what Giraptin Amerisaur means. Anyway, today we're doing another flavor text. If you've never listened to one of our flavor texts, this is like a book report on an individual property. And today's book report is actually about some books. When today's flavor text was commissioned, it activated me like the Winter Soldier. See, despite my outspoken and overwhelming support for public libraries, I was never much of a reader as a kid. There were still a few book series that I got invested in, though, and including an offbeat, slightly under the radar fantasy series called Warriors. In my youth, I read the first 12 books in the Warriors series. A level of dedication I haven't given to anything outside of the MCU since. Well, today, we're going back to 10-year-old Matt's favorite literary property, and we're going to talk about Erin Hunter's Warrior series. Joining me today are Kyle Alderheart Harper and Andrew Stream Ripple Henderson. Oddly enough, the DT host that owns the most cats, Todd Berryheart Thomas, isn't joining us today because he's been away from his cats for 48 hours and needs to reestablish his love for them. So,
I'm sorry, Matt, but incredibly missed opportunity to give us names like Rum Tum Tugger and Mr. Mistopheles.
Andrew, I need you to understand just how many cat names are going to get thrown at you today. And know that I can't mix properties. If I bring in cats from other properties, you'll never keep up.
If we start talking about Mr. McCavity alongside Alderheart and Stream Ripple, we're just going to get too lost, Andrew.
Yeah, man. I could more clearly explain to you the plot of Andrew Lloyd Webber's Cats than I could about most of the series that this flavor text is about. So that leads me to my next question. Before we begin, guys, Do you know
It's
anything
nothing.
about warriors?
No, man.
No.
I'm blown away that a series just called simply Warriors came out in, well, when did it come out? In the
2003 was the
mid-2000s?
first one.
Okay. Like, that is kind of the most generic fantasy name.
To have
Like, it's not even Warriors of something. It's just Warriors.
Yeah. Listeners at home, we do not have an Imgur link for this episode because these are books and most of them aren't illustrated, but the covers of these books are very good. I'm going to paste one into the chat for the guys to see here in just a minute, and I will include some links to some stuff in the show notes. But guys, I am going to paste in an image into our notes of the first cover of Warriors Into the Wild, and I would love to just get your raw reactions in 3, 2, 1.
Oh, scroll down. Oh,
So it's a cat.
it is. It's a cat.
So
Not-
how did it? Not like a fighter, not like a man.
No, it's
with a
cat.
sword.
Not an
Yeah.
anthropomorphized in any way. Just a
Yeah,
cat.
it's just a cat.
Just a cat. Yep. Mhm.
So going into this, the reason why Kyle and I have been asking about cats is because we were told that this was warrior cats.
Yes.
And you're just saying that it's warriors and it just has a cat on the front, which is kind of insane.
Yeah. So again, going back to that thing you said, Andrew, it was 2003 and they named this whole series the single word Warriors. And so over the years, when people are like, what Warriors do you mean? The video game?
Yeah.
I think movie?
Yeah, the
like,
Warriors.
The Warriors.
The
Like there's
movie,
so
yeah.
many things called Warriors. Warrior Cats is what most people would refer to this series as because it's the series
Okay.
called Warriors and it's about cats.
See, in 2003, people still weren't savvy to naming their IPs to be SEO searchable. So,
Yeah, SEO didn't exist in
Did-
2003. So
I mean, it did, but
It did. It's super. I mean, the cover of this book says less than nothing.
Yeah.
It's so jarring.
I
It's not bad. Like from a design aspect, it looks really nice. It's just
want to know what the
What?
back cover blurb is because
yeah.
I bet it's equally nothing. And I bet I've seen this book dozens of times and was like, this is nothing. This tells me nothing. I'm not going to read this.
Kyle, great news. I have the blurb off the back of the book. Would you like me to read it for you?
Lay it on me, Matt.
Yeah, man.
Fire alone can save our clan.
Perfect.
For generations, 4 clans of wild cats have shared the forest according to the laws laid down by their warrior
the fire
ancestors.
cats, the water cats, the air cats, and the earth cats, of course.
But the Thunder Clan cats are in grave danger.
Everything changed when the Thunder Clan attacked.
And the sinister Shadow Clan grows stronger every day. Noble warriors are dying, and some deaths are more mysterious than others. In the midst of this turmoil appears an ordinary house cat named Rusty, who may turn out to be the bravest warrior of them all.
Oh, Matt, we're going to make...
Hell
we're
yeah,
gonna-
brother.
We're going to piss off a fandom today, aren't we?
So Rusty's our special boy. He's our
Rusty
Harry
is
Potter.
your special boy. He is the cat
Fuck
on
yeah,
the
let's
cover,
go.
and we're going to be with him
Oh, he's an orange
for a
cat.
while. Yeah, he's an orange cat.
Is he
Named Rusty.
canonically an orange cat?
Yes, he is canonically an orange cat. Yeah, this is
Let's fucking go,
Rusty.
dude. Let's
this,
do it. Let's
This
get into
novel
it.
image is Rusty.
yeah,
Okay.
I have
Okay.
a billion questions just from that blurb.
None of them will be answered. Let's
and,
move on.
and I'll save them for when they become more relevant.
I am going to say this like a dozen times in this recording. And I'm going to say it right now at the top 2. Warriors is a children's book series. And
Sure.
because of that, when you look at it with the eyes of a person in their 30s, it's kind of silly and it's easy
Yeah.
to make fun of. And I look forward to us having a good time with this series today. I do want to say I really loved these books when I was a kid. And from everything I can tell, people continue to really love these books. And quite frankly, they've got the credentials to prove that they are good. And I enjoyed what I read of them in my research for this. That said, We are three people in our 30s about to digest a book for children. And if that's going to make you sad, you don't have to listen to this podcast. You don't have to do it. You can stop
cats.
right now.
Yeah.
It's about cats. Yeah, it is. It's about cats the whole time. It's never not about cats. Never a single time is it not about cats. Okay.
I think that's a good primer. It's a good lead in.
The year was 2003. Holes, Pirates of the Caribbean, and How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days were in theaters. And Crazy in Love, Seven Nation Army, and Hey Ya were ruling the airwaves, a thing that songs could still do in 2003.
I don't know that you could name a movie just Holes in 2025 like you could in 2003.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, no, I don't think so.
For a lot
it's
of
like
reasons.
naming a book series, Warriors. You just couldn't do it anymore. So, with 4 Harry Potter books already on the shelves,
That's wild.
yeah, right. Every publisher was looking for the next YA mega hit. HarperCollins is a publishing company considered to be one of the, quote, Big 5 English language publishers. They're owned by News Corp, the 21st Century Fox spinoff founded by real-life flesh golem Rupert Murdoch, who owns Dow Jones and Realtor.com. But that wasn't the case in 2003, so that's not a problem.
It's related to when you showed us the big Spider-Man Madam Web of media companies. And much like how everything it connects Madam Web, everything connects News Corp. Right?
Yeah.
Rupert Murdoch's web connects us all.
Oh, man. What a terrible sentence no one's ever said before. Okay. Anyway, HarperCollins approached author Victoria Holmes with an idea. What if fantasy novel, but like with cats? Collins was not a fantasy reader, but she did really like cats. Still, she was unsure that the premise of did I say it wrong? Yeah, I'm sorry. It's Victoria Holmes. It's never been Victoria Collins. It will never be Victoria Collins. It's Victoria Holmes.
It's all good.
Holmes was not a fantasy reader, but she did really like cats. Still, she was unsure that the premise of feral fantasy cats had legs.
Because she hadn't heard of Andrew Lloyd Webber's smash hit musical Cats in the 20 years it had been running on Broadway at this point.
It didn't have legs, it just had paws.
Fair point. And here's the thing, Kyle. Cats, Andrew Lloyd Webber, parentheses Andrew Lloyd Webber, is but one musical. And HarperCollins, via Victoria Holmes, whose last name has never been Collins, was suggesting a full YA series, a Harry Potter-like, if you will, about feral fantasy cats. Now, have you guys ever heard of a book series called Redwall?
Yes. Redwall was what every, more Catholic kid told me I should read instead of Harry Potter. When Harry
Is it like
Potter
a
came on
Lion,
the
the Witch, and the Wardrobe sort of situation where it's all a Jesus allegory?
I think it's
allegory.
It's less. It's just less. Like Harry Potter was big on the it's witchcraft in,
it's
in
not Satanist.
some of those
Yeah.
circles. Yeah, it's just not
Got it.
Satanist. But no, I hadn't read it, but I had heard about it.
Well, that's more than I had known about it before I started researching this. As far as I know, it wasn't a huge Jesus allegory like the Narnia books were, but
or Harry Potter for them.
Or Harry Potter.
Yeah.
It's a series of children's fantasy novels by British writer Brian Jacques. It was published from 1986 through 2011, with the final novel being released after the author's passing. Redwall follows the adventures of anthropomorphic animals inhabiting a place called Redwall Abbey.
That's British as fuck.
It's British
so
as
British.
fuck, dude. For those of us who are Magic the Gathering pilled, this is basically Bloomburrow the book series. And that's all I'm going to say about Redwall, but it's important to note that it was a huge inspiration for all of the authors of the Warriors series. Hey, Matt, did you say all of the authors? I sure did, Matt. Let's talk about Erin Hunter. HarperCollins' original plan, HarperCollins, the publishing agency, whose name has never been Victoria
Not Victoria's.
Holmes. Yeah.
Victoria's sibling.
HarperCollins' original plan for, quote, fantasy cat story was a one-off novel. Victoria Holmes created the storyline for the first Warriors novel, and then HarperCollins brought in author Kate Cary to actually write the book. From there, Holmes stepped back to supervise details and edit the books, but multiple authors would land the different books in the series. I don't know why I wrote that. Multiple authors would write the different books in the series. Oh, I remember why I wrote it. I can read my own notes. Last attempt here. From there, Holmes stepped back to supervise the details and edit the books. But if they listed multiple author names on the different books, they would end up on different shelves in the bookstore. So the team decided to use the pseudonym Erin Hunter as the publishing author. And they chose this name partially because it would land the series close on shelves to Redwall by Brian Jacques. So
Interesting.
soon, Cherith Baldry joined the Erin Hunter team for the third Warriors book, and Tui T. Sutherland wrote the first Warriors field guide and used the pseudonym as well. All in all, the name Erin Hunter is a representation of 9 authors and 5 illustrators.
Whoa.
I'm going to list them for you now. Authors include Victoria Holmes, whose last name has never been Collins.
Not Collins.
Kate Cary, Cherith Baldry, Tui T. Sutherland, Inbali Israelis, Gillian Phillips, Clarissa Hutton, Rosie Best, and Dan Jolly. Now, important to note, Gillian Phillips will later be bullied out by fans and no longer part of the Erin Hunter crew after putting hashtag I stand with J.K. Rowling in her Twitter bio.
What a weird stance.
What a weird stance. And
Well,
also, like,
Yeah.
you're writing a fantasy book about cats. Every person reading it is queer. Every single one of them.
Yeah, man. That's like, that's the whole point.
Yeah.
The thing.
I do want to just like step back for a second and just like, that is such a cool thing about books and like authors that you can just make a pseudonym of a bunch of people that you just like, I don't know. I feel like you don't get that in other medium.
Yeah.
It happens. I know it happens on these series a lot. Where like eventually,
especially these ones where they're pumping out.
out. I know eventually R.L.
after
Stein stepped back and would just write like outlines at a time and hand them off to like staff writers. I think like the Animorph books did that.
This is a little bit
This
different
is different than that.
This isn't what's his name, that trash human Patterson. What's his name? Something Patterson, who just like hires a bunch of ghostwriters and takes the uses his name.
Yeah.
This is like Erin Hunter is not a person. Erin Hunter is a pseudonym for a team, which I think is really neat. There is not a person named Erin Hunter.
I think the only closest thing I can think of is that pseudonym. There's like a standard pseudonym directors will use or people will use on a film if they don't want to be associated with the film.
Yeah, that's fair.
But
like, can you imagine if like instead of Debate This, we just called our podcast like Steve Greenwald? The 4 of us, like the 3 of us and Todd, were just Steve Greenwald.
Steve Greenwald. Yeah.
Like, that's awesome.
This group of people is referred to by the fandom as the Erins. Victoria Holmes is largely looked at as like the
Erin Prime
peak of Erin Prime, exactly.
Prime.
Although she has taken a bit of a step back. We'll get to that soon. Illustrators under the Erin Hunter name include James L. Barry, Bettina M. Kierkowski, Dawn Hudson, Natalie Rice, and Sarah Getter. Now, this is a wild fact. The conglomerate known as Erin Hunter has written 4 other novel series, all incredibly similar to Warriors. There's a novel series called Seekers, which is Warriors but bears. There's one called Survivors, which is Warriors but dogs. One called Bravelands, which is Warriors but African Savannah. And one called Bamboo Kingdom, which is Warriors but pandas.
Everyone has a Mists of Pandaria.
Everyone has a Mists of Pandaria.
There is a 5th book series called Wings of Fire, which is Warriors but with dragons. But that was not written by Erin Hunter. It was written by 2E.T. Sutherland, one of the authors under the pseudonym. So not only did they get away with naming an entire book series just the single word warriors, they did it 3 more times and then a 4th time with a second word.
You could tell they were out. They ran out by Bravelands, though.
Sure did.
Yeah,
they were reaching.
That lost the naming convention.
Yeah.
I personally was surprised there wasn't a horses one. Felt like an easy spot for a horses
like
one.
this is bereft for
You have to know who to ask about the horses one, Matt.
Well,
that's for the
and
real fans.
Yeah, the YA budding LGBTQ community and horse girl community. Horse girls are also like mostly painfully straight. So those Venn diagrams aren't that.
Yeah, that's a good point.
That is a good point. All of these books were written largely in the same way, with Victoria Holmes coming up with the initial plot and the other authors taking turns writing the books. It continued this way through 2017, when Holmes announced that she would be taking a step back from the Warriors novels following a cancer diagnosis, but she does still kind of appear and is still involved in some way up until today. So,
cool.
What the hell is the Warrior series anyway? Per Wikipedia, a series of novels based on the adventures and drama of multiple clans of feral cats. But calling Warriors just a novel is a prolific understatement, because Warriors includes, at time of recording, 9 sub-series arcs, each of which contain 6 books.
Is there a tournament arc? Is there a cat tournament arc?
We'll get there. 17
didn't say no.
standalone super editions, which are within the main story canon and are about twice the length of the main books.
Hell yeah.
8 field guides, which add extra context to the main story canon with short stories and other supplemental materials.
I love that.
They're about 2/3 the length of the main books.
I love the things that are just for the freaks.
Oh, yeah.
4 English mangas / graphic novels that each encompass a trilogy of books. 5 more mangas / graphic novels that stand alone. And 21 novellas written originally as ebooks for the website. And that amounts to, checks math, 117 pieces of Warriors literary content.
That is almost as many Warhammer books exist. And that's fucking insane.
The first 3
I
letters
was going to
is wild.
say, to compare to Animorphs, the YA series I did a flavor text on, there were 54 main series books, 4 standalone super editions, and then like 6 to 10 more things. And then a show on Nickelodeon. So
yeah, a third of the media.
third of this, yeah.
Yeah. So again, this like goes back to the fact that Erin Hunter is an amalgam of, 15 literary agents, right? Like, you can't produce this amount of content without being multiple people. This is like Scott Cawthon in the first 5 years of Five Nights at Freddy's, just pumping out a game every 2 months. Like, this is really kind of nuts. Now, on top of that 117 of what people would consider the, like, quote, main stuff, there's also 4-ish short stories that were web exclusives, 2 stage plays, a series of trading cards, a TTRPG, an official mobile application, and a website that is unbelievably active.
Matt,
They have a near like stage play that's canon. Holy shit.
Are the stage plays like produced canon? Are they canon? Are they like produced by this amalgam? Erin Hunter?
Honestly, Kyle, phenomenal question. My understanding is that the stage plays are like retellings of some of these
Okay.
stories, but with the expressed blessing of the Erin's hunter. But I completely honest, I'm not 100% sure.
Okay, we may never know.
I don't want to keep comparing it to Harry Potter. I'm imagining it's Harry Potter the musical situation where like it got online attention, like fan made, got online attention, and then when they found out about it, they're like, sure, that's canon. Like, but what do I know? What do we know?
Not enough.
Nothing.
I can tell you that. Not enough. Anytime you're cobbling through wikis of young adult novels, the information is sparse and piecemeal. So I couldn't get a ton of info about the plays. I did find the first page of a script for one, and I said, no, not today. That's all right. Thank you.
And we're closing that door.
In our group Discord, and this link will be in the show notes, I'd love it if you could all go to the Warrior Cats homepage that I just uploaded, or that I just put in our notes.
Weebly.com.
Oh, that one's from
What?
Andrew. No, Andrew was
that's
okay.
the TT.
Oh,
That's the TTRPG.
I put it in
okay.
the wrong Discord. Hold on. I accidentally
Oh,
put it
you
in the
put it
wrong
in the-
Discord. There it
you
is.
put it
It's
in
in
the
the right
Overwatch one.
Discord. Andrew dropped the link to the Warriors TTRPG, which I will certainly include in the show notes for the freaks.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, this is a website that
Yeah, I mean,
has
it
been
looks-
created or updated in the last
It's certainly a website.
3 years. So
it has all of the trappings of a 2013 era BuzzFeed, where like it's like the top 5 romantic moments from blankety blank. What tribe are you quiz? Like, I love it.
Yeah, man.
I love it.
ooh, I'm gonna. Where's the what tribe are you quiz? I want.
I think it's on the homepage. I took that earlier. It said I was in River Clan, I think. Yeah, so you can, on this webpage, if you click on books, it will show you all of the content that exists. You'll get to see all of the very dramatic cat novel covers. The novel covers of these books are great. They're just more zoomed in cats. It's awesome. There is also an incredibly active subreddit, probably the most active subreddit of any of the subs
sure.
for a flavor text that I've done so far. There are also multiple role-playing servers and forums, and an official Roblox game, role-playing game called Warrior Cats: Ultimate Edition that has been one of the highest ranking branded games on the platform and number 2 on the list of top 10 Roblox brand games, having been played more than 430 million times.
Wow.
Good.
Yeah. Most importantly, and this is the second time that I'll say it in this episode, Warriors is a beloved YA book series. Themes of standard fantasy books abound in the Warriors series. You got forbidden love, you got ancient prophecy, you got deforestation, superpowers, cat atheism, etc., etc. And critical reception of the series has been generally positive across its 22-year publication history. The series has appeared, or had appeared, on the New York Times bestseller list for 117 weeks as of 2013. Now, that was 12 years ago. I couldn't find a more updated stat for that specifically, but the most recent release is currently on the New York Times Young Adult list and has been for 4 weeks.
Wow. That's incredible.
Yeah.
The most common complaint about this series is the absolutely staggering amount of named characters, with some reviews
Sure.
likening the series to a Greek tragedy and others calling it just plain old hard to follow.
Okay. I can see that.
Yeah.
it's also got its horde of continuity errors, as do all things that last for 22 years. But having a whole bunch of authors write a single book series isn't easy.
See, also every comic ever created.
Every single one of them. Warriors is easier to think about as a comic book than anything else.
Yeah.
A lot of people say that the writing can leave you wanting more, and it's not uncommon for one author to offhandedly mention a character that was killed by another author 2 books ago.
Well, and you know what they could have done? They really could have done this. They could have done like a cattle world. like a battle world,
but cats.
Cat.
Yeah.
Wow.
The cattle world.
Cattle world.
We'll have to get all the cows out of Cattle World first.
Matt, I love the noted complaint, meaning it happens frequently enough that they will offhandedly mention a character that like died 2 books earlier, because knowing what I know now about like production schedules, they were absolutely writing these on top of each other, not clarifying or
it's like, Kyle, you're gonna take books 1, 5, and 9.
Yeah.
I'm gonna take 2 and 8. Matt, you're gonna take 3 and 7. Yeah, like 100%.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Oh, you killed this character off in book 3.
Oh shit.
Well, I can't fix book 5 has gone out already.
Yeah,
I guess we'll fix it by book
We printed
9.
3 million copies at this point.
Yeah, we're going to talk here in a minute about some fandom controversies, but a lot of them do come back to like the authors just don't do a good job keeping track of each other, which again, like, how can you? You're 9 people writing one book series and these books come out every 2 months. It's impossible.
You're just innocent men and women.
So one of the videos that I watched, I have linked here. It's from a channel called Exits Examined, and it's the insane history of the Warrior Cat series. This was sent to me by Squirrelmancer, who commissioned this flavor text. And it's a really interesting video. It's very flavor text like, but there's a quote that I pulled from it because it's important. The host of this YouTube video calls the Warrior Cat fandom maybe the single most large and passionate fan base of all time. Now, sure. I'm not here to ask if Goku can beat Superman. I don't know, but this fandom is as involved and active and deep-seated as the biggest fandoms you can imagine. It's right up in there.
Well, and
Matt's been an Overwatch fan for a long time, and that's not saying nothing.
I would bet that they're probably perhaps the last. They're all on this. More of them are on the same page than not, and like a larger percentage compared to any other fandom are like in agreement.
Sure.
I guarantee.
And that page that they're all on is Tumblr, and it has been since 2003.
That too.
Yeah.
I salute you.
Tumblr was not a thing in 2003, but go on.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. So there's fan art, there's fanfic, there's fan musics, and then there are these things called fan maps. Maps is short for multiple animator projects. If you have been around YouTube ever, you have probably encountered a such and such thing animated, be it Game Grumps, Game Changer, perhaps the Warriors book series. How am I to know? But these are videos put together by multiple digital animators, each animating like a 2 to 10 second piece that is then put together by a master director, typically set to, music, like as a music video or something like that. And there are a bunch of these. It's a huge portion of the fan base. Squirrelmancer sent me a bunch of these as well, and I'm going to link some in the show notes. There are some groups that started trying to basically do an animated retelling of all the books and got through a couple of them before they burned out. There are others who have done complete, the whole story of Warriors in 5 minutes set to music from League of Legends. I watched that today, and then my brain melted out of my eyes, but I watched it. So there's a lot. There's so much. And a lot of it is very well done. The animations, the directing is all very good. Again, an incredibly passionate fan base, and you can tell that they really invest into it. And there is so much investment and so much fandom deep lore that I'm not going to get into it any further. But here are 3 of my favorite Warrior Cats controversies that I uncovered today. Number 1, there's a cat named Dovewing whose eyes are noted to be 4 different colors across one single book. So nobody could agree what color eyes Dovewing has, and that was a problem.
Okay.
Thing number 2, there's a huge portion of the fan base that continues to raise the question, what happens if they get rabies? Like, if one of these cats get rabies, what happens? What happens then? Which is, an interesting question to ask about something you love.
Has rabies been introduced to this universe?
There's a lot of plagues, like a lot, but it hasn't been rabies.
I feel like that is an easy... Rabies doesn't exist in this universe. And
I mean, it's like, what if Thanos got a computer virus? What if he did?
We're going to talk about it in like an hour, but the literal plague gets introduced. And so, like, when you have the literal plague, how do you not have rabies,
Yeah.
And then my third favorite fan controversy, one of the main cats is a character called Firestar. And one time, somebody made fan art where his balls were out. I'm not really sure. It led to something called Ballgate, and I refused to investigate any further.
I mean, I guess that has to be a question. Are all the warriors spayed and or neutered?
I don't know. And I think that's the thing is, like, Firestar started as like a pet that humans had. And so he probably didn't have balls.
Sure.
But somebody drew probably some lewd fan art with some huge swanging knockers on the back of that cat, and people got upset.
Is it lewd if you draw cat balls?
It doesn't even need to be
fandom,
lewd.
It's gotta be.
Like, the Tanuki, like, history has a lot of testicular imagery, we'll say. And it's not sexual, from what I understand.
This is probably why there's not a horse one.
This is probably why there's not a horse one.
Just we're steering clear.
Anyway, we're steering clear back to Cattle World.
That's
back to Cattle World.
Yeah. Anyway, that's all I'm going to say about Ballgate. I discovered it and needed others.
Yeah,
to know.
we can move on. Oh, Kyle? What clan did you get? I'm Sky.
Where'd that tab go? I got the Lion Clan.
Okay.
I'm a true warrior of the Lion Clan.
You're a Gryffindor ass kind of guy.
I was gonna say, I feel like I got Gryffindor.
I'm definitely Hufflepuff.
What did you
Mine
get?
Mine is like a Sky Clan.
Oh.
Mine is like, you don't like confrontation.
Sky Clan is the ancestral plane. You got you're dead already. That's neat.
Hey, I feel dead already.
Yeah, bro, me too.
Oops, among us.
In the back half of this episode, we're going to talk through the plot points of the first 4-ish arcs. Before we do that, I think it's important to set the scene and define some terms, which will bring me to the third and probably not final time I'm going to say this. There's a YA book series written for children, and we might say some funny haha jokes about some of the phrasing and words. And if you're not ready for that, you don't have to go any farther. And that's the last time I'm going to say that part.
They're only said with love and respect.
Yeah. I'm telling you, I read the first 12 of these. I liked them. Anyway, so most of this book happens in a place called the Forest Territory. It's like where most of the series takes place. In the Forest Territory, there is something called Thunderpath. It's a road. It's a road cars drive on. It's called the Thunderpath.
Oh.
Cool. They're actual cars, like human cars?
Yes, so humans exist in this world. These are feral cats living in the woods, but
so this is like we're like in a Bug's Life where like there's this entirely different world going on just under our feet.
That we're unaware of. Okay.
That we're unaware of. Okay.
You got it.
Got it.
In the Forest Territory, there are 4 main clans. You got Thunder Clan. They're fierce and brave. They are your generic good guys.
Sure.
Wind Clan, swift and loyal. The River Clan, who is clever and strong. And then Shadow Clan, who is wily and proud, and they are the bad guys.
Yeah.
So What's important to remember? ThunderClan good, ShadowClan bad.
Wind and
You-
River Clan on a
Also
sliding
is this-
scale between.
Is this
the two.
is this a heritage thing? Like you're born into one of these clans, so like you're just born evil or born good?
What a
Oh.
question. Oh,
Oh,
God.
Is it is it like Dinobots and where you can technically
Oh,
change
shit.
sides?
So the answer to that question is, and I could have brought it in here, but I didn't pull it up. I could bring up the map of the forest territory. And this is like, imagine a fucking D&D fantasy map where you've got different settlements in different places. So there are the 4 clans. They all have their territories. It's like Wakanda. Wakanda's a great example where you've got like the merchant tribe, the river tribe, the city tribe, and Baka's tribe. So like there is some interplay. You are able to, move across clan lines, but it is not like super common. There's like issues because some clans aren't having enough baby cats to fill up the army, so they got to go out and recruit other cats.
Got it.
Yeah, man, you can be born into a clan. Maybe you were stolen as a kitten and raised in another clan. That comes up a lot. Maybe you left home and 4 cats found you in the woods and said, "You're with us now."
Okay, so it's like Naruto rules.
Sure. I'm less familiar, but okay. Those are your 4 main clans. There is a 5th clan. We're not going to talk about them again for a long time. It's the clan of like unaffiliated street cats. Eventually, they adopt the name the Blood Clan. It may surprise you to know the Blood Clan are bad guys. They are bad guys because they don't follow the cat religion and they don't follow the warrior code.
I can't wait to hear what that means.
Same and same.
Great segue. Let's talk about cat religion. So there is there's a religious plane of cats called the Star Clan. Those are spirit cats that watch over the living cats. It is very much the Black Panther ancestral plane from like the first Black Panther.
It's Mufasa in the sky.
It's Mufasa in the sky, yeah.
It is Mufasa in the sky, but less like Mufasa because the leaders will commune with the spirit clan and like go to the spirit clan plane to talk to their deceased ancestors. Less of like
so it's
a
like
face in
it's
the
like
sky.
Blue Obi-Wan Ghost.
Yeah, it's
at
kind
the
of
end
like
of the
Force
Jedi.
Ghosts. It is kind of like Force Ghosts.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Earlier I mentioned cat atheism. There are some cats
Sick.
that are like, no, spirit clan's bullshit. That's not real. Which honestly is kind of a crazy thing to say because like they're very real. They're there.
Yeah, it's a very real, tangible thing in this universe.
I
yeah.
love when a fantasy series with like real deities puts atheists in it because like there are always like proven events where the deities did something.
Yeah.
And there's always then implies like, yes, I saw literal God with my own eyes. That's not what it was. Like
Oh no, it's by and large the best part about D&D's Planescape setting, which is quite literally takes place in the outer realms and the outer planes, which are the afterlives. And there's a group of people who are like, no, there's no such things as gods. They're just assholes. And I love it.
Yep. Yeah, I mean, it's exactly that. You got it. It is 100% like we put atheism in this fantasy world despite all the things in their face. It's great. I love it. So that's Star Clan. There is of course, if you're going to have cat heaven, you got to have cat hell. So cat hell is called the place with no stars. It's also called the dark forest. That is cat hell. That's where bad cats go.
A lot of euphemisms for cat hell. Like the real like human hell.
Yeah. When cats die, they are either accepted into StarClan or they are exiled from the stars and sent to cat hell. That's how things work here.
Do cats have 9 lives?
Yes, we're getting there. Don't read ahead.
I'm not. I just assumed.
Okay, so that's cat religion. You've got Star Clan. You've got the place with no stars. Very basic. Cat heaven, cat hell.
I kind of really like the place with no stars.
Yeah, that's a good.
It's a good hell name.
That hits hard. Yeah.
I moved my notes around a little bit here. The next thing I want to talk about is the cat hierarchy. It's kind of there's some bureaucracy to these cats. So you've got the leader. The leader of each clan is literally gifted 9 lives by the Star Clan.
Okay.
So the gods give the leaders 9 lives, and it's not uncommon for us to see a leader die and then like
they just
come back one
Yeah,
life
just
less.
shoot. Are they determined at birth, or is that like a position you grow into? Or okay,
It's mostly it is a position that you are appointed to by the previous leader.
okay.
Matt, I have a cat law question.
God, I'm so ready. Give me cat law.
Say I'm the leader of a clan, and I burn up 8 lives. I'm on my last life, and somehow get demoted, accepted into a new clan, and made their leader. Do I get 9 new lives to play with?
I'm not going to answer that question for you now because we are literally going to talk about that when it happens in the first 3 books.
Yes.
Okay.
All right. I'm in.
I'm telling you, I love, like, the Warriors series is A, really fun to make fun of because it's a fucking fantasy book about feral cats, and B, honestly kind of rad. It's pretty good. I really like it. Okay.
I love silly things that go hard.
Yeah, definitely.
So you've got the leader. They literally get 9 lives. Then you've got the deputy. This is cat vice president. It's the leader's second in command. The leader appoints the deputy. When the leader dies or retires, the deputy becomes the new leader. Next, you've got your titular warriors. They're the warrior cast of people. They're like soldiers, workers, they do all sorts of stuff. Each clan also has a medicine cat. It's the doctor cat. Every clan has one.
Gotta have a doctor cat.
So, your adult cats are pretty much either the leader, the deputy, the medicine cat, or warriors, or they're a pregnant lady and they're called a queen. That's pretty much the only option for adult cats.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. So this is also a very
cat
patriarchal society.
It's not completely patriarchal. Like, even in the first book, you meet a handful of female warriors, but it was a big fan complaint about some of the early books. And so as the books go on, it gets less patriarchal. But when we first meet the Thunder Clan, the leader is a woman, and she was a warrior before she was promoted to be the leader. So, and like female warrior cats also sometimes get pregnant and like hang out at camp as a queen for a while.
Queen is more of like their mat leave.
Yes.
Rather than like a lifetime distinction.
Exactly. Yes.
Or like a position. Got it.
Cool. Those are your adult cats. Your adolescent cats are apprentices. They're either in training to become a warrior or become a medicine cat. Pretty much the only 2 career paths in Warriors Land. Next, you've got your kittens. You've got your elders, old cats. And then you've got the word kitty pets. Those are indoor cats owned by humans. Kitty pets is I have here parentheses, derogatory. Nobody likes to be called a kitty pet. It's bad to be a kitty pet. Those are muggles. Yes, exactly. Also in this series, people are called 2 legs.
Good.
Yeah,
sure.
Like that Nicolas Cage
movie.
It. Okay, so we've gone through.
That's not what that's called. Well, I'm not gonna let you get that by uncalled out.
I thought I was going to sneak that by.
I didn't clock it.
Okay, we've talked about cat religion, and I've given you the cat hierarchy, so you know some important words. The next thing we're going to talk about is the warrior code, and quite frankly, I encourage you to ask questions. whatever questions arise, ask them. I'm ready. The warrior code is the cat constitution, centered around honor, loyalty, and bravery.
Matt,
And
first question.
actually, I do have a question. Yeah, is every clan's code the same?
Yes, it is a warrior
Okay.
code agreed
So
upon
even
by the
clan
clans.
that is famously, notoriously wily.
So this
and
is
not honorable.
it's like the
Okay.
pirate code. All
Yes.
of these
Yeah.
Yes, it's exactly
these-
like the pirate code.
Matt, two-part question. One, is this written down somewhere?
I don't have an answer to that. I assume not.
in-
I don't think these cats write.
And two, is there like a cat Thomas Jefferson that wrote the cat constitution?
So the cat constitution is kind of more like the cat amendments because
it's more of an Articles of Cat Federation rather
Yeah.
than
Is
a
there
Constitution.
Is there an Alexander Catmilton that did
good.
this?
Yeah, we got there. Things are added to the warrior code as they become relevant. And throughout the book series, sometimes there's a monthly cat gathering where all the cat clans get together and chat.
Oh yeah.
And sometimes at the monthly cat gathering, clans will say, "We believe this point should be added to the warrior's code." And sometimes it is, and sometimes it isn't. So
Does it need to be ratified by
it does need to be
majority?
ratified.
No, it needs to be catified.
Catified. Yeah, shit, that's really good. Okay, so here are the 15 bullet points of the warrior code.
Oh, let's do it.
Number 1, defend your clan, even with your life. Number 2, don't hunt or trespass on another clan's territory. Number 3, elders and kits must be fed first. Number 4, prey is killed only to be eaten, not to be played with. Number 5, there's a minimum age for cats to become apprentices. I don't honestly know exactly
Okay.
what that age is, but
That
there
one-
is a minimum age.
That one is a little less morality related and more just like functional related. That's fun. Okay.
I'll take a brief aside here to say most of these come up because something happens, like a bad thing happens.
Yeah.
Yeah, all
and-
laws are written in blood. Yeah.
All laws are written in blood. And the general thing is
Yeah.
that like the cat clans get together and they say, this was a sign from Star Clan that this needs to be added to the cat constitution. And then it gets put in the warrior code.
Hmm.
So
I really like in the top 10 that cat kitten labor laws were written
Yeah.
into the cat constitution.
Yeah, I mean it's one thing that the cat code did that our own constitution is not really
Mhm.
clear on. So
it's true. Yeah.
when a bill becomes a claw.
That's it.
That's-
Yeah, you got there.
There it
This
is.
one.
All right, number 6. New warriors must stand night watch after receiving their warrior names. Number 7.
Oddly specific.
How do I receive my warrior name? And how is it just one night of watch after? Like,
You've been an apprentice and you do something cool enough to be deemed a warrior, and yes.
great.
Okay.
Okay.
I can do one night of night duty.
Yeah. You got to take graveyard shift on your first day. That makes
Yeah,
sense.
yeah.
I get it.
Number 7. A cat must have mentored at least one apprentice to become a deputy. Number
You have to
8.
have at least one Padawan to become a Jedi Master. Yeah.
Yeah, you have to have you have to have 3 to 5 years of management experience to become a manager. Totally makes sense.
Number 8. The deputy becomes clan leader if the leader dies or retires. Number 9.
Makes sense.
Before Moon High, a retiring or dead deputy must be replaced. This is kind of written backwards. That's
Is
saying that
like
if
a
it
full moon.
no, just like midnight.
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 Oh, got it.
If a deputy dies or retires, they have to be replaced by the end of the day. That's the warrior code.
Okay.
Moon High sounds like it would be an awesome music festival, too.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. It sure does. It sure does. Okay.
I haven't been moon high since college.
Number 10. A neutral clan meeting is held every full moon, and there's no fighting allowed. And I will take a brief aside to say this rule came about after Shadow Clan attacked the other clans at a group gathering, and their leader was literally struck down by lightning. Was struck down and killed by lightning, and everybody else was like, Star Clan said no fights. No fights at the gathering.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
Number
That's
11.
a pretty clear sign. I would.
Yeah.
That would work on me.
That's why it's in the cat amendments.
Yeah.
Cat amendments. Okay. Number 11. Boundaries must be marked and checked daily. Number 12. Kits must be helped if they are in danger or pain. Number 13. The word of the clan leader is law. Number 14.
That one's problematic.
Yep. Number
Could be problematic.
14. Killing is not necessary to win battles unless a cat lives outside of the warrior's code. And number 15. Warriors must reject the soft life of a kitty pet. And then my last bullet point under the warrior's code is these will become a problem later.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was going to
obviously.
say up until we got to 13, I was like, these are pretty utopian.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a pretty
It's
good.
not
Kind
too
of
bad.
created like a very functioning society. And then we get to the Faustian, the word of clan leader is law,
Now,
which
Matt,
is
this a
the premise of every Fallout story ever.
Do higher codes supersede lower codes, or like if I have to hunt on other clans' territory to feed elders or kits, am I breaking which way am I going here?
Mm.
What an important ethical question that we'll get to in 2 to 3 books.
I love it.
Fantastic.
So to answer top level your question, that is argued about by all of the clans.
By cat lawyers.
Yeah. Well, by clan leaders, because what the clan leader says is law. So
Oh, right.
if a clan leader interprets the warrior claw to mean one thing over another thing, that clan will then take that word as law, but the other clans might not. And that's a problem. Again, it's all going to be a problem later.
I like it.
Yeah.
Awesome. Okay. So, remember when I said there was a staggering amount of named characters in these books?
You did say that.
I would like for you guys to click on this link here. This will be in the show notes. It's labeled as Family Tree. And I would suggest when you get there, do a right click on that image and open it in a new tab.
No. Oh, no.
This is
Oh, no.
this is massive.
This is
puts-
a lot.
puts the X-Men, like who has had sex with who tree to shame.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Which is almost now equally as large. This is
When I started looking at this, I was like, Reed Claw Fin Lip, Dew Spring Nectar Song, Beetle Shine Beasting, Sesame Flower, gotta catch 'em, gonna go, gotta catch 'em all. So,
Matt,
My
are there
brain hurts.
like naming conventions that they follow, like
Kind of.
Game of Thrones, or like okay.
Yeah. So it is very like you're named by what you look like or what you do. And then they're basically like suffixes. So anybody with the suffix paw is a kit. Sometimes an apprentice, but typically like kit, apprentice ends with paw. And then once you hit warrior level, you'll get a different suffix.
You get a warrior name.
Yeah. So it's typically the same first part with a new end part, like heart or stream or claw or tail or leg, something along those lines. And then the leaders all get the suffix star. So like tall star, fire star, tiger star. They have the coolest names.
Do the ones...
This is the most overwhelming thing I've ever seen.
Yeah, this is... I can't even begin to like wrap my head around this. And then, so are the ones like Tom and Holly like house cats?
Those are kitty pets or members of the Blood Clan, street cats. Yeah. Yes. Exactly.
Okay.
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 So there is, I mean, just truly a fucked up amount of characters in this books. Like an absolutely unfathomable amount of characters. And this leads me to an apology that I need to sincerely make both to Squirrelmancer, who commissioned this episode, and to any other diehard Warriors fans still listening. Look, when I set out to write this flavor text, my goal was to go through the plot of the first 4 arcs. For those keeping track at home, that's 24 books, of which I've already read 12, albeit 20 years ago. I have since learned that I bit off way more than I could chew because, oh boy, is this series A, dense, and B, complete and total noun soup. Just absolute noun soup. Squirrelmancer sent over some phenomenal reference pieces, and I used them to the best of my ability, but there did come a point where I had to acknowledge that this podcast is an audio medium, and quite frankly, following the Warriors plot requires at least a visual and tactile aid. So, instead, I'm going to break down in depth the first 6 books of the series, or the first arc, which was retroactively called The Prophecy Begins. Then I'll give a brief summary of the next 3 arcs, which conclude the story set up in book 1. I will remind you that this explanation covers just 20% of the existing Warriors literature. And if you want more, I mean, I guess I'll do that, but you got to ask me via patreon.com/debatethiscast. So that's what we've got coming up after this quick little break. Before we cut to break, guys, any other questions? Or y'all ready to get into the forest and talk about some cats?
Let's fucking go, dude. Let's fucking go.
Let's
do
it.
We're doing it right after these quick messages. All right. We're going to talk about plot. And by plot, I mean an in-depth breakdown of the happenings of the first 6 books in this series, which again includes at least 117 literary works. So I probably am not going to talk about your favorite part, and I'm sorry. And I'm probably going to forget something really important, and I'm sorry about that too. I worked really hard, and I read these books 20 years ago, and oh my God, there's so much content. Okay, enough.
Much like a lot of our flavor texts, this is not entirely meant to be a complete and total
exhaustive
look from A to Z. This is intended to be enough deep dive to establish that, hey, if you like this and you want to get into it, here's your primer. Here's your primer to do so.
Well said. All right. Before I get into those first 6 books, I just want to hit you with a couple of bullet points for some batshit insane prequel lore that we got 15 years after the first books came out.
Sick.
At the beginning of time, Rock the Hairless Cat and Midnight the Badger witnessed the first sunrise on the lake. That's all I know about that sentence. That's it.
Certainly a sentence.
Bullet point number 2. A cat named Mothflight chases a moth and finds the Moonstone, establishing
and
a link.
evolves into a Clefairy.
It
Yeah.
evolves into a Clefairy, establishing a link to Star Clan for the clans for all of eternity, and Moonflight becomes the first healer. And then Moonflight has kids, and it's this kind of like Cain and Abel thing, and it establishes that no other healers or no other medicine cats should ever fall in love. Certainly something that won't be a problem later.
Never is.
If I might just quickly jump in, I wanted, this just brings up a personal pet peeve of mine. When I know all of you have dealt with this in investigating flavor texts, but I'm wondering if listeners at home have dealt with this too. Like, if you either have ADHD or you need to do a book report about Medium, and the first thing you do is the complete lore of something, right? And you click that 3-hour YouTube video. I don't know why, but it drives me crazy when people do the complete lore of blank and do it in chronological order.
Yeah.
Because it always involves something like that, which is like something that was retconned.
Something
innumerable, but yeah, something added much later that you have no reference to or no context.
Because like there's a reason the story isn't told chronologically, and it's in part because they figure out that early lore way down the line. And the other part is it's impenetrable as a new reader of this to start with, like, long ago there was Cat Adam and Badger Eve, and they watched the sunrise on a lake. Like,
God, like that's a nothing. That is a sentence. I don't know. That is like, that drives me crazy, and it is like every 7 out of 10 the complete lore ofs do it that way, and I've never understood why.
Yeah,
anyway, we can move on.
I had that exact experience prepping for this. I watched a 1-hour complete timeline of Warriors, and it took 22 minutes to get to the first book, and that's crazy.
Yeah.
Okay, speaking of the first book, let's fucking go. So, first series of Warriors. It was just called Warriors. Later on, it would be referred to as The Prophecy Begins. The first arc runs from 2003 to 2004. The first book, Into the Wild, released January of 2003. Plot as follows. A kitty pet named Rusty decides to leave home and go outside. Rusty is our special kitty boy with special kitty boy powers, though he will not know that for 18 more books. Rusty...
We're viewing the world through his eyes.
Rusty meets Graypaw, Lionheart, and Blue Star, and joins their clan, the Thunder Clan. Important to note here that,
so I know Blue Star is the leader.
Yes.
Star.
Exactly. You're right. And Lionheart is the deputy as of right now. Important to note, Thunder Clan is recruiting really hard right now. They're just like really struggling. Not enough kits. So they found this kitty pet out back, and they were like, hey, you want to come join up? And he did. They basically like army recruited him at the mall. So
taking a lot of trying to get a lot of pledges this season.
Yeah, open doors, baby. Blue Star is the leader of the Thunder Clan, and she was told a prophecy by her medicine cat. That medicine cat's name is Spotted Leaf. The prophecy is, fire alone will save our clan. Blue Star thinks Rusty might be that fire because he's orange.
Because he's an orange cat?
And he got it right the first time, because no one ever misinterprets prophecies ever. Never, ever.
Yeah, Kyle, you get it. So Rusty, now
I've read books.
now called Firepaw, makes friends with two other kits.
Oh, that's fun.
Graypaw and Ravenpaw. Not Ravenclaw, Ravenpaw. And is mentored by Lionheart and Tigerclaw. Ravenpaw struggles with the mentorship because she knows a secret about Tigerclaw. What's that secret? He murdered a cat named Redtail. Who's Red Tail? I'll tell you 3 books from now. Don't worry about it. Just know that he did a murder.
Zendaya is Michi.
Zendaya is Michi. Yeah, so Ravenpaw knows that Tiger Claw is a bad guy. He is our he's our like generic, this guy on the good guys team is definitely not a shitheel. Don't look too close. He's definitely not a shitheel. So
he's the guy in the Matrix that eats the steak.
He's the one Dinobot that's on the good guys team.
what's with you and Dinobots, Kyle?
Yeah,
I don't know, Matt. There's a lot of parallels, apparently.
Okay. So, all you need to know is that Ravenpaw knows Tiger Claw is a bad guy. Okay. Firepaw, our special cat boy.
It doesn't help that they all rhyme. It doesn't help that they
I'm
all
already
rhyme.
seeing. I'm already
Gray
like
Paw,
Matt,
Ravenclaw, Fire.
Matt,
Claw.
is there a plot that hinges on someone mishearing like claw and paw, and the whole book is like undone at the end is like, no, I said fire claw. You've been accusing the wrong cat the whole time. Because if not, big like easy idea there for them.
In my research, no. Could that be a plot in the other 80% of this property?
Yeah,
Maybe.
Yeah,
You have a 1 out of 117th chance.
Yeah. Okay. So, Firepaw, while he is apprenticing to be a warrior,
AKA Rusty.
aka Rusty, finds this cat in the woods named Yellowfang. Now, Yellowfang is an old medicine cat that was exiled from Shadow Clan, and nobody really knows why. But because Firepaw finds this Shadow Clan cat in ThunderClan territory, he's got to fight her. So he does. But then he's like, wait, this cat is old and sick and injured, and maybe I don't need to kill this elder cat. And so instead of fighting Yellowfang, Firepaw decides to help feed and nurture her back to health, which breaks the warrior's code. We are in chapter 3 of book 1. We have broken the warrior's code.
He's doing the honorable thing, which is not, but this is the enemy.
It's against the law, yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Fast forward a little bit, and Shadow Clan attacks the Thunder Clan. And in that attack, the Thunder Clan medicine cat, Spotted Leaf, is killed. Also, a handful of Thunder Clan kittens go missing.
Great.
We're real sad about that because Firepaw, aka Rusty, our special cat boy, had a big old crush on Spotted Leaf, which was, of course, unrequited because medicine cats are not allowed to fall in love because Moth Flight says so.
Moth Flight.
Yes.
Real quick, question.
Hit me.
So, how fantasy is this? Like, you just said, they have to fight. Paint me a word picture. What, is this just, literally two cats,
battle.
Swiping at each other? Or do they have, swords and magic?
They do not have swords and magic. Later they'll get magic. Right now they don't have swords or magic.
Well, yeah, I didn't ask that question.
Yeah.
They eventually get magic. I know the answer to that.
Right now, yes, fighting is just literal cat fights.
Okay.
Yeah. And I will say something that comes up in a lot of literary reviews of these books, and something that I remember, is that they are pretty gory. And a lot of these cats, there is a lot of death in these books. When you have this many named characters, you can kill them left and right because nobody remembers who they are. And then you can bring them back 3 books later because you didn't check with the other author. So there is a lot of grisly description of and he raked his claws across the deputy's belly, spilling his entrails and blood onto the forest floor for all of StarClan to see and shit like that. So it's pretty heavy.
It's like my other favorite book series, A Song of Mice and Yarn Wires.
Less so, but still, yeah, you got there. You got there. I'll give it to you.
Andrew,
Thanks.
you can't keep doing this.
Okay. So ThunderClan has been attacked by ShadowClan. Spotted Leaf is dead. Firepaw's new girl crush is dead, and he's real sad. Some ThunderClan kits have gone missing, and also Yellowfang, the exiled ShadowClan medicine cat, has disappeared. And everybody in ThunderClan is like, hey, we took in this exiled ShadowClan cat, and then ShadowClan attacked, and now the exiled cat is gone. It pretty much seems like Yellowfang set us up, right?
Mm-hmm.
And Firepaw's like, no, definitely not. I took care of Yellowfang. She's good, actually, and not bad.
Uh-oh.
And everyone's like, oh, you broke the law. And now cat court begins.
Yeah.
So Blue Star says, okay, Firepaw, you so sure? You go out there and find her. And sends Firepaw out to find Yellowfang. Now, Firepaw and Graypaw, along with their other buddy Ravenpaw, who is not super relevant for the rest of this story,
Okay.
go off to find Yellowfang. And in this experience, or in this journey, Firepaw and Graypaw are like, hey, Ravenpaw, you've got a pretty abusive relationship with Tiger Claw, your mentor. Maybe you should leave. Like, just run away because we're worried about you. And you should go find this old barn cat named Barley. He lives in a farm at the edge of the woods. And
What?
Ravenpaw does that. And then we don't see them again for like a book and a half.
Wait. So that implies that Barley is a muggle, is a
Kitty pet?
Kit Kat.
Yep.
Kit Kat.
Kit
Kit Kat club.
Is Barley our Tom Bombadil?
Kinda, yeah, actually.
That's really funny. But I thought that was
Tom
you
Cat
can't.
Bombadil?
Yeah, I thought you can't, like, once you go cat, you can't go back.
Exactly,
You
yes.
can't go back to being a kitty cat.
Yep. Them's the rules. And so this is another...
So he literally went to a farm upstate.
Yes, he literally went to a farm upstate. This is very much a, like, another, like, spit in the face of the warrior code from Firepaw saying, like, no, your mentor is abusing you. You should leave. And Ravenpaw ends up as this, like, kind of rogue ranger who never gets a warrior name and has a kit name, even though they're an adult cat.
Yeah.
And then they're just kind of like, they're in and out for plot's sake for the rest of the series.
Okay.
Yeah.
I get it.
Yeah, okay.
Mostly this just sets up Barley, the old barn cat that exists.
I love that.
Yeah, same.
It makes sense that there's an old barn cat. That feels right.
Matt, is there a whole book that is Barley's, like, prelude?
I think so. I don't know, but I'm pretty sure. So on this journey, I'm doing a quick Control F for Barley on the books page. None of them are named after Barley, so I don't know. He's probably got a section in a field guide, if I had to guess.
Okay.
Okay. While they're out on this journey, Firepaw and Graypaw come across Yellowfang. And Yellowfang basically gives the breakdown of, like, I was kicked out of ShadowClan because I tried to be honorable and, like, take care of these cats from another clan, but the leader of ShadowClan didn't like that, and so he had me exiled.
I wouldn't be wily and proud, so they kicked me out.
Mm-hmm.
And explains in earnest, like, not, pulling the wool over their eyes, to Firepaw and Graypaw that, like, she had nothing to do with the attack. She didn't set them up. It was a surprise to her as well. And she dipped out in the chaos, assuming that she wouldn't be welcome at camp on account of her old clan making it look like she set them up.
Yep.
So the group finds Yellowfang, and that group, along with like a random smattering of other cats from ThunderClan, get together and they go over to ShadowClan, and through cat fighting and democracy, usurp Broken Star, the leader of ShadowClan, and drive him out of ShadowClan. So Broken Star and his closest followers are exiled from ShadowClan and become a rogue band of evil cats that will
That
come back.
later unite
Okay.
the Blood Clan, Matt.
Kyle, stop reading it.
These are the wildlings of the cat Game of Thrones.
This is basically they are brokering a peace with the Shadow Clan.
Yeah. And like ShadowClan has been run by Broken Star, who's like kind of a tyrannical asshole. And so when ThunderClan shows up and is like, we're going to help you overthrow these guys, most of ShadowClan's like, dope. Kind of hated him anyway.
Yeah.
So Broken Star is driven out of ShadowClan, and he and his followers disappear in the night, never to be seen again until next book. Also, Yellowfang is Broken Star's mom. That'll be relevant later.
Sure.
This driving out of Broken Star earns Firepaw and Greypaw their warrior names, Fireheart and Greystripe. And
Now, one of those is like really cool, and the other one is a descriptor of fur.
exactly. Yeah, you're so right, dude. Yeah. Uh-huh.
Is
Also, Yellowfang becomes the new medicine cat of ThunderClan because Spotted Leaf got killed, and she's like, I would rather stay with ThunderClan than go back to ShadowClan, even though the guy that exiled me, who is my son, has now been exiled himself, and I am welcome back.
Okay.
So all that, Kyle, to answer your question from way earlier, like, can you switch clans? Yes. Is it easy? Not really. Usually somebody's got to die.
So this is great because I mean, this clearly does a really good job of setting up this, like, I'm again, you have to look at this as like put yourself in the shoes of a 10-year-old, right? Like 10 to 13-year-old. Like, this does a really good job of setting up a hidden like fantastical world inside of something that you know very well, that you have like a very clear, like, everyone has a cat. Many people have cats, or many people's friends have cats. And it does a good job of setting up the, like, drawstrings, so to speak, of the world, but like doesn't do what a lot of, honestly, like, adult fantasy books do, which is like kill you with names early on. Yeah, there are a lot of names, but like there are not a lot of names right now. Like, this is an appropriate amount of names.
Yep.
I assume the names ramp up,
Of course, like, you got to introduce
as the
10
normies
characters
drop
each
off
book.
the series.
Yeah.
But like, this has like a very clear beginning, middle, and end. It's got a good story arc. It introduces a couple things. Like, it's interesting. Like, that's cute. I like it.
Just for the sake, I here in the notes, like right where we are, dropped a link to the page to the map of the forest territories on the wiki. I will, of course, include this in the show notes as well. It's interactive. Click around with it if you like, or don't. Doesn't matter to me.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's book 1. On to book 2. Fire and Ice came out March of 2003. Fireheart and Greystripe, same 2 cats from the last book, go on a journey to return the Wind Clan to the forest territory. Where was the Wind Clan, you ask? Well, they were driven out of their territory by Broken Star and the Shadow Clan.
The air nomads were all killed by the by the Fire Nation.
Yeah,
when they
exactly.
attacked.
Yep. So, Fireheart and Greystripe go to Wind Clan, and they're like, "Yo, we got rid of Broken Star. You can come on back." And they're like, "Dope." After succeeding in bringing back the Wind Clan, The crew, that being Fireheart and Greystripe, take a shortcut home through River Clan territory, leading to a conflict. Now,
shortcut is never
always bad.
never a shortcut.
Always bad. Exactly. Yeah. This actually sets up really early sort of where the final lines will be drawn as to who aligns with whom. There is a pretty strong alliance eventually between ThunderClan and WindClan, and also a pretty strong rivalry between ThunderClan and RiverClan, which will end up aligning RiverClan with ShadowClan later.
Do we ever explain why they have those names? Like what those names represent?
Yeah, I mean, it's ThunderClan, their area
near the road, right?
Near the Thunder Path. Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
The RiverClan has a river, and also those are the cats that swim. WindClan is like out on the plains, the open moors of the forest, and the ShadowClan are the bad guys.
They're
why.
Yeah, they're in the places that the darkest areas, I guess.
Exactly. Yeah, you got it. So, during this conflict, a RiverClan warrior named Whiteclaw falls off a cliff and dies. Just falls off a cliff and dies.
He's drinking too many White Claws.
Does the malt liquor company pay royalties to HarperCollins for that name?
God, I hope so. After this successful mission to return WindClan, also that kind of ends the conflict. Like Whiteclaw falls and dies, and they're like,
everyone's like, "We cool? We good?
Maybe we all go home."
Oh shit!
Fireheart and Greystripe both earn apprentices, and while they're out on patrol, Greystripe falls through the ice into a river.
Oh no!
And everybody's like, "Oh shit, Greystripe, you're in the river." Well,
here's the ice from the title.
From the title, he's saved by Silverstream, a warrior river clan, and also the sister of the shitty guy from the Decepticons.
Yeah, that's a cool name.
Silverstream
is a cool cat name.
So, hey, this guy just pushed one of our warriors off the cliff. Also, one of our other warriors just saved him from the river. So, RiverClan and ThunderClan aren't really getting along on account of the cat that fell off the cliff, but Greystripe and Silverstream start a romantic relationship of forbidden love.
Whoa.
Fireheart dislikes this. Fireheart is like, hey, buddy, maybe don't. And Greystripe's like, but I love her.
The ancient story of the pets and the sharks.
It's another pretty good one. Okay. Moving on. Fireheart's apprentice is named Cinderpaw. And one day, out while they're doing a thing, Cinderpaw gets hit by a car on the Thunder Path.
No!
And that leaves Cinderpaw permanently maimed.
Oh God!
He has she has a twisted up leg from being hit by a literal car. And I'm not going to talk about it much, but Cinderpaw was training to be a warrior and now can't be a warrior because her leg's all messed up. And so she ends up training to be a medicine cat and has this great, like, oh, she still finds purpose. Also, is kind of ableist. And much like the gender thing we talked about earlier, there is some unintentional cat ableism in this book. I call it unintentional. I don't know that it is, but I'm assuming that it is.
It was 2003.
Yeah. And it's another thing that fans have like pushed back against. And my understanding is that it is something that has gotten better over the years. And you don't necessarily need to be an able-bodied cat to be a warrior anymore. But, you know, it's 2003. So, we've got Greystripes hooking up with Silverstream. Cinderpaw gets hit by a car. Next terrible thing that happens in this book, ThunderClan gets sick with white cough. What is white cough? Doesn't matter. Just fictional cat sickness.
How could it not be rabies?
Kyle,
Cat tuberculosis.
boy, can I not flip over the iceberg on that question. So ThunderClan gets sick with white cough, and Fireheart needs to do something about it. And they discover, I think via Yellowfang, that what they need is something called cat mint. I don't know what that is.
Real plant. We have it in our garden outside.
Okay.
It's less strong catnip. It's the hemp. It's the hemp of catnip.
So Fireheart has to go get CBD for the cats in their white
He's
coffee.
getting CBD oil. Yeah.
And Fireheart
Holy shit.
has to go back to the two-leg place, which is what they refer to as the like neighborhood on the edge of the woods.
Okay.
Go back to the two-leg place to
The
visit
cul-de-sac.
Princess,
Yeah.
who is his sister. Who
Oh, he's got to go home.
Yeah. So he
Yikes.
goes back to the two-leg place and meets up with his sister because he knows that his old two legs have catmint. And there's like some really interesting self-reflection here where Fireheart is like, I've come into my own. I'm
Not
happy
the cat
here.
I was when I left.
As the
Yeah.
warrior code says, I reject the soft life of a kitty pet. And Princess is like, hey,
What
that's
are you
great.
talking about?
I'm really happy for you, man. I'm going to hang out here with wet food and
Yeah.
pets, but like, cool.
Yeah.
And this will come back later because eventually Princess will get knocked up by a tomcat and have kittens, and she will ask Fireheart to take one of her kittens into the woods to become a clan cat because she
Wow.
knows that he'll be happier out there. So there you go.
Okay.
Anyway, Fireheart gets the cat mint, brings it back. ThunderClan's like, great, Fireheart, you're the best. Thank you. Okay. So at the monthly meeting, again, there's a monthly meeting every full moon. All the cats get together. No fighting allowed. StarClan said so. It's cool, chill, cat UN meeting. So
Cat, you in?
at the monthly cat UN meeting, ThunderClan accuses ShadowClan of stealing their prey. And they've got plenty of evidence to back this up. ShadowClan's basically
What?
been...
Now, in this universe, what are the cats hunting? Just like mice?
Yeah. Yep. Mice,
Yeah,
other
mice and-
woodland creatures, birds.
Yeah, small birds. Yeah.
Yeah.
Is there a fantasy series about those creatures having to survive from
Same question.
the attacks of the cats?
There's not, but it would be awesome if there was.
Are the mice sentient? Do we know that at least?
So I don't know that. We do eventually meet the rats, and the rats are sentient.
Hell yeah.
I don't know if the field mice and the prey are like sentient, but we do know that the rats from the city dump are sentient.
That rules.
I can't wait to get an info dump of all of our questions that are answered in the like back 80% of this series.
Oh, man.
that
Yeah, dude.
Matt just didn't come across, but totally got answered.
Okay. So ThunderClan accuses ShadowClan of stealing their prey. After that meeting, Tiger Claw, who is the ThunderClan deputy, the murdering
bad
guy, the guy that definitely isn't a bad guy yet,
Yep.
he gathers up all the ThunderClan warriors and is like, we're going to go fuck up ShadowClan. ShadowClan's stealing our prey.
Oh.
We're going to get all the boys together and we're going to go beat up ThunderClan or beat up ShadowClan.
But he's
You're
going to
gonna
break
rough
the
'em up.
treaty.
Uh-huh. Yeah, he's like, warrior code be damned. They are stealing they violated the warrior code by stealing our prey.
That's fucked.
We're going to go teach them a lesson.
Okay, so this won't end well.
This will not end well. So he leaves Fireheart alone with the medicine cats and kits and queens to defend the camp as the designated survivor, I guess. I don't know, just like as the guy. And Fireheart is the only person to defend the camp when, gasp, it wasn't ShadowClan stealing the prey. It was Broken Star, the former ShadowClan leader who was exiled with his band of rogues.
The bad guy from the first one.
The bad guy from the first
Somehow
one.
Palpatine returns.
Somehow Palpatine returned. Now his name is Broken Tail because he is not a leader
he's
anymore.
not a star anymore.
Yeah. Broken Tail and his exiled rogues break into the ThunderClan camp to attack ThunderClan because all the ThunderClan warriors have gone with Tiger Claw to ShadowClan territory.
It's bad. Bad deal.
Through the power of plot armor and special Catboy powers, Fireheart and the other cats in camp fight off the attackers and manage to take Broken Tail as prisoner. So now Broken Tail is under guard at ThunderClan camp. And ThunderClan...
This raises another question. Do the clans build structures? Is this cat in fantasy cat jail, or is it just like don't you run away?
The ability of these cats to terraform is left loose. There's a lot of
intentionally left vague.
They use this carved out tree for this thing or this outcropping under the rocks.
It's like a Bug's Life.
It's like a Bug's Life.
Yeah,
it's like a Bug's Life.
Yeah, we get it.
Really,
ants build things.
That's true. I guess that's a good point. I mean, if they're hunting and fighting each other, they're also probably having some version of opposable thumbs that they can pick stuff up.
Mostly what it is like, they've got him up against a wall and there are two warriors that guard him at all times. So like he's in cat prison. I don't know, man. This is the best I got for you.
He's in a really small box.
So ThunderClan, all the warriors get back because they discovered that the ShadowClan camp was empty. There wasn't anybody there. And right around the time all the warriors come back, another cat named One Whisker, who is a warrior from the Wind Clan, shows up and is like, hey guys, we need help. River Clan and Shadow Clan are attacking us.
One Whisker's very like old samurai coded.
Yes.
Yeah. Yes, exactly. In this case, he's Paul Revere, and he comes and he's like, it's by land and by sea, boys. Help. So ThunderClan goes to help, but in the big fight, Fireheart gets like matched up in cat combat with Silverstream, who is Gray Stripe's secret lover. And because Fireheart recognizes his best man's girl, he spares her.
He backs
and doesn't
off.
Take her out. And Tiger Claw, the definitely not bad guy, currently the deputy of ThunderClan, is like, hey, that's not good. That violates the warrior code. Yada, yada, yada.
You're out of here.
Which leads to more like, but the warrior's code says you don't have to kill a cat to win a battle. And there's a lot of arguing about the nature of the warrior's code. Long story short, ThunderClan helped Wind Clan fight off River Clan and Shadow Clan. There's an uneasy ceasefire. Everybody goes home. End of book 2. Okay.
So not a this is clearly we're setting up a larger conflict. We don't have the like definitive beginning, middle, and end as book 1.
Exactly. Yep. Okay. Book number 3, Forest of Secrets, October of 2003.
These are certainly names of books.
These are definitely names of books.
Fireheart searches for answers about Redtail's death. Remember Redtail? Of course you don't.
Yeah.
They were killed off screen in book 1.
Those who Tigerheart killed.
That's who Tigerheart killed.
Tiger Claw.
Tiger Claw. Yeah, it is. It's Tiger Claw.
The totally not bad one. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
So, and I'll be honest, I should be able to tell you why Fireheart wants to know who killed Redtail, and I don't know that, but the plot dictates it so. Okay, so while he is out...
Does the reader know?
The reader knows.
This at this point? Okay.
Definitely.
Okay.
While he is out gathering information about what happened to Redtail, Fireheart learns some other things. He gets a bunch of information, including that there's this cat named Greypool, not Deadpool, Greypool, who's got 2 kits named Mistyfoot and Stonefur, and they all live in RiverClan. These are very wet cat names: Greypool, Mistyfoot, Stonefur.
They all look like The Rock.
Yeah.
Stonefur, very specifically very wet name. Yep.
Yeah. Well, it's kind of the thing is like their fur is so solid that water just like comes off of it. It doesn't soak in. That's the whole.
Okay.
Yeah. Anyway, these are all wet cats, and
They're wet cats.
Fireheart basically starts to piece together that the 2 cats that Greypool refers to as kits. Greypool is an elder. These are like warriors in RiverClan. Aren't actually RiverClan cats. They were kits adopted into RiverClan from ThunderClan, which starts this like, okay, well then who is the parent of these 2 RiverClan cats in ThunderClan? That'll come back.
Okay.
Fireheart also pieces together that the car accident that hurt his first apprentice was actually a trap set by Tiger Claw to kill Blue Star. Now
how?
I know you're going to ask. I know you're going to ask. And I didn't read exactly how this was all set up. What it really is like Tiger Claw, the deputy, reported something that needed to be fixed or taken care of. They needed to go patrol ThunderClan territory. And one of the things about Thunderpath is that cats in ThunderClan know the schedule of like when the Thunderpath is active.
They know how to read. They can read stoplights.
Yeah, they're like, well, it's rush hour, so like we're not gonna go. We're not gonna fuck with Thunderpath. It's 5 p.m.
Is this like a local road, or is it like a freeway?
It's like a backcountry road.
Okay.
Yeah. So
it's forest, so that makes sense.
Yeah. The real thing is like Tiger Claw wanted Blue Star to go to the Thunderpath at a time when Blue Star was really likely to get crunched. But Blue Star sent Fireheart and Cinderpaw instead. Cinderpaw got crunched. Okay. So Fireheart has pieced together, hey, I think Tiger Claw is the bad guy. And his trust in Tiger Claw starts to dissolve. But Tiger Claw is like currently the vice president of the clan. He's the deputy. So he can't really just like pop off and be like, this
accuse
guy's a bad
him of
guy.
anything. Yeah.
Yeah, he's got diplomatic immunity.
He's got to have a solid case. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So then everything goes to shit. This is book 3. This is the middle like climax of the
Empire
first
Strikes
arc.
Back of this arc.
So I'm going to hit you with a bunch of bullet points of important things that happen. I apologize that they are a little bit disconnected. Okay. Fireheart and Graystripe rescue some RiverClan kits and offer to help the RiverClan hunt because RiverClan is really struggling. We aren't going to get into it until the second book series, but this is the first indication that the 2 legs are polluting the forest territory. And the river is starting to dry up. The fish coming out of the river aren't healthy enough to sustain the clan, so on and so forth.
Because the real monster was man.
The real monster was man.
Man always is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Fireheart and Graystripe are like, hey, look, we know we're not supposed to, but like we'll hunt for you. We're gonna help you out. This alliance, this like secret alliance between these 2 ThunderClan cats and RiverClan is discovered, and basically everybody is mad about it. The leader of RiverClan is incredibly prideful and is we don't need your help. And the ThunderClan is like, we need our own. Like, why? You can't give them our food. We need our food. What are you doing? Okay. So, next bullet point, Shadow Clan finds out that Broken Tail their exiled former tyrannical leader is being sheltered in kind of a cushy jail life by the Thunder Clan. And they tell the Wind Clan, hey, remember that tyrannical leader who ran you out of town? Did you know your allies are like letting him hang out right now and feeding and taking care of him? Isn't that cool? That's a problem. Nobody's super stoked on it. So Yellowfang.
So the Shadow Clan are just like always just kind of dickheads, huh?
Yeah, they're
Yep,
just,
exactly.
Why does anyone listen to them? Why is anyone like, yeah, good point, cat from Shadow Clan. I'm gonna go start a war based on information you told me that I'm not gonna verify at all.
Yep.
Yeah, and it's probably just because of the way that we're getting the information in bullets, but like it does feel very like Whiplash. Like, didn't you guys just have a fight? Like,
Yeah.
didn't you guys just like convince like somebody died? Like, why? What are you doing?
Yeah. There is this, I mean, for one, yes, it's all in bullet points. So like you're missing 200 pages of context.
A lot of nuance, yeah.
But there is also this like sort of kind of like Avatar The Last Airbender, where it's like, look, these 4 clans have existed in the forest territory.
Yeah, they got to get along
since the beginning of time. And, we respect the other clans' autonomy and whatever. Yeah. Anyway, Shadow Clan finds out Broken Tail is at Thunder Clan. They tell Wind Clan. Wind Clan gets pissed off. And Yellowfang, Thunder Clan's medicine cat, is like, you know what? I'm tired of this. And so she just fucking kills Broken Tail, her own son. She murders him in cold blood using, I think they're called death berries. Like literally just feeds him deadly nightshade and kills him.
Damn, dude.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's cold.
Speaking of cold, Silverstream has Gray Stripes kits, but Silverstream dies in childbirth.
Jesus Christ.
Man.
And River Clan,
brutal.
River Clan says, we don't care that the father of these kits is Thunder Clan. These kits were born of River Clan and they should stay with us.
I gotta say, again, lacking pages and pages of nuance. That makes sense.
Yep.
Cat, there isn't cat paternity. You can't prove
paternity, Kyle. It's
thank you.
Good.
There are no paternity tests here. You can't prove Gray Stripe is the father. What you can prove is the cat these cats came out of, and that's River Clan. That I get. It's bad for me as a fan of Thunder Clan, but like that makes sense.
Yes, you are right on the money. Hold on to that for another bullet point.
Well, and like River Clan are kind of like the racists of the group too, which doesn't help.
Yeah.
River Clan is, to continue the Avatar The Last Airbender.
They're very like Earthbender coded.
They're very Earthbender, and specifically like they're very bossing say of like, we've got it. We'll take care of it. We're River Clan and we do it our way.
Our problems are our own. Yeah.
Yes, exactly. Okay. So Fireheart has this new apprentice, Cloudpaw, and they catch Tiger Claw, the current deputy of ThunderClan, leading a band of rogues to attack the ThunderClan camp. So Fireheart and his new apprentice basically catch Tiger Claw red-handed.
Okay.
Blue Star, who is the aging ThunderClan leader, is like shaken to her core by her deputy's betrayal.
Mm-hmm.
And so she exiles Tiger Claw, something that has certainly worked every other time we've done it, and she names Fireheart as her new deputy.
So we're setting up for Firestar. Like I'm gonna just control F for Firestar.
Yeah, exactly.
Yep, here we go.
You got it.
Cool. We got there.
Now, importantly, Blue Star, who is like incredibly emotionally distraught over her deputy's betrayal, doesn't name Firestar as her deputy until after Moon High, which again breaks the Warriors' code and shakes the faith of all of ThunderClan in their leader.
Mm.
And this whole situation basically starts to drive Blue Star insane.
Our once trusted and popular king has faltered, and now we no longer trust and beloved them. Yeah.
Yeah. And Blue Star is, I think, already established at this point to be on her last of her 9 lives. We might have seen her lose a life at one point already. To be honest, I'm not 100% sure. But like, Blue Star is a very old cat and is already kind of at the point where people are like, I don't know that Blue Star has it anymore. So at the end of all of this, sort of in this same fit of rage and insanity, Blue Star relinquishes Gray Stripe's kits to River Clan and is like, look, I want this out of my clan. River Clan, take your kits and be gone. And Gray Stripe says, if you're sending my kids, I'm going too. And Gray Stripe defects to go be part of River Clan.
So that fucks up Fireheart because that's his buddy.
That's his best buddy.
His boy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
His Samwise Gamgee to Fireheart's Frodo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or his good time guy. His good time guy. Okay.
All right. Takes us to book number 4. Rising Storm, January of 2004. Everyone in ThunderClan is shaken to their core by Tiger Claw's betrayal, but no one more so than Blue Star. During this time, Blue Star is denied access to a place called the High Stones. The High Stones are a sacred place where leaders go to be closer to the Star Clan. It is in Wind Clan territory, but it's one of those places where like leaders are supposed to have free passage.
You can claim parlay and get through.
Yeah. But Wind Clan,
it's just a really high bookshelf.
Wind Clan denies Blue Star access, and this leads Blue Star to believe that Star Clan has abandoned them. Blue Star's Blue Star's paranoia continues to grow as she discovers the scent of Shadow Clan around the Thunder Clan camp. This is actually the scent of these like 2 sick Shadow Clan kits who are being helped in secret by Cinder Pelt, who is the new medicine cat with the twisted leg that got hit by a car.
Oh, okay.
Fireheart's previous
dead.
apprentice.
They just got bopped.
And the medicine cat after Yellowfang's death. I don't think that I've told you about Yellowfang dying yet. Yellowfang dies. They're also old.
Okay.
Fireheart is also dealing with his nephew and apprentice, Cloudpaw, who is Princess's kit, his sister, who she was like, don't be a kitty pet, go out into the woods, hang out with my bro. He's fun uncle.
So like none of these cats are spayed or neutered. None of them.
Pretty much. Yeah, not enough.
None of the house cats either.
Takes us back to Ballgate.
Yeah, well, it's an important piece of literature. Also stands to reason that I doubt that any of these cats are declawed as well, I would imagine.
Yeah. I think...
Which, frankly, is the most unrealistic part of this.
I feel like there's a slur for declawed cats.
Probably.
Buried in one of these books.
Yeah.
Okay, so Fireheart is dealing with Cloudpaw, who is just like a shitty little tween. And Cloudpaw continues to like go home and visit his mom and get food from the 2-leg place. And Cloudpaw doesn't believe in the warrior code, and he doesn't believe in Star Clan. Cat atheism.
Got big Z3 energy. What's the name of the girl, the Xenon's like
Oh.
stepsister or step cousin.
Dude,
or
I
whatever.
don't know.
You remember that?
I
You remember watching that movie?
I know what you're talking about. It's our first cat heretic.
Yes.
Carrot cat.
Yeah.
Um,
We've got the cats of chaos. The chaos cats.
while plot is happening, Cloudpaw is in the two-leg place getting food, disobeying orders, breaking the warrior code, and he is abducted by two legs and taken away in a car. I think probably to get spayed or neutered. I don't totally know.
Yeah,
Cloudpaw does come back, so unsure if
changed
with or
forever.
without.
Maybe he's just going to the vet.
Yeah. Okay. Tiger Claw, exiled former deputy of ThunderClan,
Yep.
and a group of rogues attack a ThunderClan patrol while they are doing like gate watch. And they kill a ThunderClan warrior named Running Wind. Not important, but they killed him. And
We learned just enough about Running Wind to care about their death.
yeah, he's a red shirt. And the group is about to kill a second ThunderClan warrior when Gray Stripe and a River Clan patrol show up and scare off the rogues and save the ThunderClan guys, starting to realign River Clan through Gray Stripe's former ThunderClan heritage.
Okay.
Meanwhile, a fire breaks out in the ThunderClan camp, killing 3, including Yellowfang. Told you she
I thought
dies.
Yellowfang was already died.
This is how Yellowfang dies.
Oh.
It's
I
a
thought
little
a fire was. That's interesting. I thought a fire was supposed to save the clan.
so. Boy, howdy, what an inconvenient prophecy for our insane leader to be spouting
Yeah.
right now.
Yeah.
This kind of starts like a Blue Star.
But what if the 3 it killed were going to lead to the downfall of the clan? Man, no one should ever listen. Just never listen to a prophecy. Never
Don't
take
ever
a prophecy
listen to a prophecy.
seriously.
Unless it's the Neo one.
Yep.
Which is fine. So we this whole time thought Blue Star was Vice President era Biden, but really it was President era Biden.
I don't want to comment on that, but yeah. So Blue Star continues on this dialogue of like, StarClan has abandoned us. Fire was supposed to save our clan. Now it has destroyed our clan. I'm spiraling into madness. This fire
the
breaks
gods
out.
have forsaken me. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
And ThunderClan has to go take shelter with River Clan. Fire can't cross the river. So, elsewhere, the literal plague is ripping through Shadow Clan
Oh no.
after infected rats from the Carrion Place, which is what the city dump is called, spread a sickness amongst the Shadow Clan cats.
Now the Carrion place goes fucking hard.
Yeah.
Yeah, it sure
rules.
does. It sure does. So what is referred to in Shadow Clan as the Great Sickness kills both the Shadow Clan deputy and the Shadow Clan leader. Now, what's important here is that the Shadow Clan's current leader did not receive his 9 lives from Star Clan because when Broken Star was exiled, he was still alive. And so a Shadow Clan cat had already been gifted the 9 lives of the Star Clan, and there can only be 1 9-live leader cat per clan.
Okay. So they have to die and
Okay.
the 9 lives are reborn.
Exile.
So
Exile does not transfer the 9 lives power.
Yeah, and something we're not going
it's not like a healthcare plan.
we're not going to talk about it today, but retirement doesn't change the 9 lives either. There are some issues where like there is an old leader who doesn't want to be leader anymore and retires, but is like camping on 2 more cat lives. And so the new leader is like, well, I can't, like, I'm going to die if I like fuck around too hard.
So they have to like smother him with a pillow to get the lives to transfer over?
I'll be honest, I don't even know how that plays out. It was just something I like saw referenced.
Much like an old senator, they just kind of have to wait him out.
Yeah, man. It's like that guy in Alaska.
This has big actually Harry is the owner of the super wand because he beat Draco in a duel that one time a half a book ago.
Yeah, it sure kind of does.
I don't get that reference, but
That's
that's
a deep Harry Potter pull, but it was a good one.
Yeah.
God, man, I wish J.K. Rowling wasn't a fucking trash bag.
Right.
What a cool world it would be if she wasn't. Anyway, J.K. Rowling is a fucking trash bag. Official stance of Debate This Cast.
Agreed.
Yeah.
So, anyway, the Great Sickness kills the deputy and the leader, which is a huge problem because what are we going to do now? Also, I'll remind you that Broken Star, the guy who had those lives, was murdered by his mom with death berries half a book ago. So the
Right.
only person left to step in to lead Shadow Clan is Tiger Claw, who's been leading the rogues around and
But
comes
why?
in. What's that?
Why is he the only one to?
So Tiger Claw, the setup is that Tiger Claw has been allied with Broken Star the whole time.
Oh, okay.
And then when Broken Star was captured, Tiger Claw slid up. And with the leaders of Shadow Clan dead, this tyrannical band of rogues comes in and says, "We're in charge now.
Oh, okay.
We're
If you
going to
don't
fill
like
this
it,
power
we'll kill you."
vacuum. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Got it.
So Tiger Claw becomes Tiger Star, the new leader of Shadow Clan. And that is the end of book 4. Book 5, A Dangerous Path, June 2004. 2 more books left.
Another book title ass book title.
Yeah.
At this month's gathering, Shadow Clan announces their new leader as Tiger Star, shocking the Thunder Clan because he was their deputy literally a month ago. Like a month ago, he was still in Thunder Clan. Thunder Clan is doing all right, but they're stretched thin and still recovering from the fire. Cinder Pelt, the Thunder Clan medicine cat, continues to hear messages of pack, and kill, but can't decipher the meaning of these messages. Honestly, I'm not really going to decipher the meaning of these messages. It just kind of adds to the unsureness and insanity. Don't think too much about it. This continues to push Blue Star farther into complete paranoia, and Blue Star is basically like holding Thunder Clan in place, not letting them move forward because she won't appoint any new warriors. And Fireheart tries to fill her roles as best as he can as her deputy, but she still won't step down as leader.
Old leader is unraveling,
Mhm.
becomes a recluse, and the nature of monarchy means no one can do anything about it. Yeah,
Exactly. And
monarchy's bad.
kind of out of nowhere, Blue Star baselessly accuses Wind Clan of hunting on Thunder Clan territory with no real proof. Fireheart,
Clan who haven't done much of anything at this point.
no, not really. Other than like get pissed off that Thunder Clan was sheltering a tyrannical leader.
They don't let Blue
Star go to the high stones. Yeah,
go to the high stones. Yeah,
The tall bookshelf.
the tall bookshelf.
So Fireheart manages to avoid this conflict by arranging a meeting between Blue Star and Tall Star, who is the leader of the Wind Clan.
Sure.
But setting up this meeting costs Firestar Blue Star's trust in him. Or Fireheart, Jesus Christ. Blue Star doesn't trust Fireheart anymore because he set her up for a parlay, and that's not what she wanted.
The names are... This is the point at which the names are getting pretty tough.
They're pretty soupy, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, next gathering. Leopard Star is announced as the new leader of River Clan. And Leopard Star says they want to take back the Sunning Rocks, which is a border territory currently controlled by Thunder Clan. Now, River Clan is unsuccessful in this takeover because the Thunder Clan warriors fight them off, and Gray Stripe flips sides again and returns to the Thunder Clan after siding with his best buddy Fireheart in the
Gray
conflict.
Gray Stripe is kind of like Zero.
Yeah.
It's like this is a Mega Man and Zero sort of situation.
Yep. Mhm.
Yeah.
There's a bunch of drama that happens, which leads to these two kits from ThunderClan, Brightpaw and Swiftpaw, being mauled by dogs.
Oh.
No.
Yeah. Fireheart takes a new apprentice, and that apprentice is Tiger Claw's son, Bramblepaw.
No.
Ooh, now we
Bad idea.
No. This is we've got a Lion King 2 Simba's Pride sort of a
God
situation.
damn,
now.
what a pull. I mean, you're right, but yeah.
Thank you for changing Tiger to Tiger Star. That
Yeah,
was
I know.
important.
He's got the title now.
Yeah.
So Fireheart takes Bramblepaw as an apprentice because he wants to mentor him so he doesn't grow up to be evil like
Lion King 2 Simba's Pride.
like Luke Skywalker.
It's
like Lion King 2 Simba's Pride.
Theon Greyjoy. No,
Okay, I
neither
think
of you know
mine is-
Game of Thrones to get that.
I know
don't.
Game of Thrones. Theon Greyjoy was he was taken in as a ward.
Yeah.
That's different. He was a ward is a prisoner.
It's Theon Greyjoy.
So
Okay, it's Theon Greyjoy, but his
But
dad
it's-
his dad is Simba. Let's move on.
So it is discovered that Tiger Star actually coordinated a pack of
He's updating
dogs
this in real time.
to come kill ThunderClan.
That's fucked.
Yeah, it
That's
is.
fucked up, dude.
I really regret not saying this earlier. It was how long till we get to cat genocide, and
We're
4
there.
books.
It's 4 books. It took 4 books.
Is a pack of dogs like they're like wild beasts? I assume in this context.
That is definitely how they are set up.
The nuclear bomb.
I don't know. Jesus Christ. I don't know enough about the like actual books to be like, if I don't know if these are just like street dogs or if they're from the carrion place or if it's just like
Those
Bert,
are
the
hyenas.
neighbor's dog. Like, I don't know. Anyway, Tiger Star coordinates a pack of dogs to come kill ThunderClan. That plan is thwarted by Fireheart, who leads the dogs off a cliff into a gorge to their deaths.
Hell yeah, dude. That's metal as hell.
And as the dogs are cascading over the cliffs to their doom, one of the dogs grabs Fireheart and is about to pull our special cat boy over the gorge with him, when out of nowhere, Blue Star charges in and attacks that dog, saving Fireheart's life and tumbling to her death as well.
I really thought we were going to get a Fireheart the White situation.
Kyle, if you stick around till book 20, I think
Yeah.
you do. You
No,
do.
I'm out.
So
It's not Blue Star, it's White Star now.
Blue Star dies in this death scene because everybody's involved. They're at the gorge. River Clan is there. Those 2 kits that I talked about forever ago, Greypool's kits, who live at River Clan, but they're actually from ThunderClan. Turns out Blue Star's their mom. They're Blue Star's kits. So those 2 River Clan cats were sired by this long-term revered leader of ThunderClan. They all reconcile. Blue Star goes off to Star Clan and is in Star Clan mentally back with it to anoint Firestar as the new leader of ThunderClan and gift him one of his 9 lives. The leaders get 1 life from each of a cat in the ancestral plane. There you go. Okay.
Matt, do we have to go on a
Okay.
quest to get the other 8 lives
Oh,
gifted
God, I
to
hope
us?
No, we don't. That's like it's like the heart-shaped herb, man. Like, you do it once, you're good.
That's
okay.
that's the Similarian version of this.
All right. Book number 6. This is the last book in the first series. Tiger Star goes to meet with a cat named Scourge.
Sick.
Who is Scourge? He's the leader of Blood Clan, and he
Of course
wears
he
a
is.
spiked collar like a
Oh,
badass.
yeah.
Wait, but he has a
That's-
collar that implies that he's not feral, though.
Well,
Or he found that on a dead cat that he
so
murdered.
there's this like whole thing with collars, and like some of the street cats have collars
Oh, they're
because
like-
they like couldn't get them off, but they still live on the streets.
Okay.
And then other cats have collars that they've like driven dog teeth through as a sign of ferocity. I don't know, man. It's
Shit, yeah, dude.
yeah, you get it.
All right.
Okay, so Tiger Star goes to meet with Scourge, the leader of the Blood Clan, in hopes of making an alliance to take over all the clans.
Mm-hmm.
Meanwhile, Tiger Star has a disturbing dream about blood and a hill of bones.
Couldn't have anything to do with this dark alliance he just
Yeah.
formed.
A Thunder Clan warrior named Darkstripe is exiled after meeting with Tiger Star's deputy and trying to murder a Thunder Clan kit to keep it quiet.
So here's
I
our
mean-
our three heels have
Yeah.
teamed up now. Yeah.
Tiger Star goes to River Clan and demands Leopard Star ally the River Clan with Shadow Clan to create the Tiger Clan. And
Is
Hmm.
Leopard Star a new name?
we got Leopard Star last book. It's the leader of River
Okay.
Clan. Not
Oh,
super
okay.
important.
The Tiger Clan.
Yeah. And
That's pretty sick.
at this point, like Tiger Claw's got the power of the Shadow Clan. He's got Scourge
Mm-hmm.
and the Blood Clan. It's really a join or die kind of situation. So at the next gathering, Tiger Star proclaims that all the clans should unite together under his leadership as Tiger Clan.
The evil empire of Tiger.
Yeah.
He touts that Leopard Star and the River Clan have already joined. But Fire Star and Tall Star of the Wind Clan refuse to join. Fire Star tries to tell all the other cats at the gathering about the treacheries of Tiger Star, how he murdered Red Tail, how he set up Blue Star to die, all of this stuff. And while Firestar is going on this, big explanation, a storm breaks out and cuts off the gathering, and Tiger Star declares it as a sign from Star Clan that like Star Clan doesn't want to hear your complaints. Star Clan respects me as leader, yada yada yada.
See, I'm gonna agree but differently here in that like it might be a sign from Star Clan that
Yeah.
Tiger Clan is a bad idea because storms don't just like pop up immediately. It took some build up from, hey, let's do a Tiger Clan, and the gods were like, oh no, we got to send a storm to stop this from happening. That's my read of the cat politics here.
So, after this gathering, Firestar and Gray Stripe sneak over to check on River Clan because Gray Stripe's kids are still there. They're apprentices now in River Clan. And they see Tiger Claw take his army into River Clan and just murder one of Gray Stripe's kids because Tiger Claw deems a new law that any, quote, half-clan cats should be killed. So any cats that were sired across clan lines should be purged. So here we are fully at cat genocide. And
Yeah.
Gray Stripe watches one of his cats die, or one of his kits die, and then manages to save a second one and get some other River Clan apprentices out and head back to Thunder Clan. Wind Clan is attacked by Tiger Clan, and an apprentice named Gorsepaw is basically like killed.
Gorsepaw.
Yeah, right. Killed in town square, and Tiger Star holds up his body and is like This is for you, Firestar. If you could have joined me, but now I'm sending you a message. Firestar and Tallstar prepare to fight Tiger Clan together as the Lion Clan.
Oh, okay.
Sure.
Okay.
But Tiger Claw is fucking murdered by Scourge, his supposed ally, who like et tu brutes him
What?
and shreds him apart and is like,
Wait, you mean Scourge, the Blood Clan guy, was not a savory character?
An honorable player in this game. Yeah.
exactly. So Scourge brutally murders Tiger Star, Jesus, and is like, I rule the Tiger Clan now with my cool spiked collar. He shows up and he gives Thunder Clan and Wind Clan 3 days to leave the forest or fight to the death. That's it. Those are the only options. They're like, well, we're going to fight. And during the ensuing battle, the Thunder Clan deputy, White Storm, is killed, and Firestar names Gray Stripe as his next deputy. In the heat of the battle, it's a big moment. Deputies have to be named after or before Moon High, uniting again. Like, this was a guy who lived in River Clan. Now he's the deputy of Thunder Clan, so on and so forth. Scourge dies. Blood Clan is driven out, and they all lived happily ever after. Final bullet point. Somewhere in here, and I don't know where, and I'm sorry, I'm pretty sure Firestar helps restart the mythic 5th clan of the forest called Sky Clan. I'm not 100% sure when that happens, but that bullet point sets up the next sub-arc. So the next 6 books are about Sky Clan.
That's season 2.
Yep, that's season 2. Okay. That's the first arc. That's 6 books. There's 117. I'm not going to do them all. I've got like 2 bullet points each for the next 3 series. Let me just rip them through. Okay.
Yeah, let's run through them.
Second series, Warriors: The New Prophecy from 2005 to 2006. This one's about deforestation. A patrol made of cats from all the clans are sent to find Midnight. Remember Midnight? That's the ancient badger that was there at the beginning of time. They have to go find Midnight to find out where the new plans where the clan should settle after the 2 legs destroy the forest.
Oh,
They have to find the new. It's Land Before Time.
the Land Before Time.
Yeah, it sure is.
They need to find Happy Valley.
Third series, Warriors, Powers of 3, 2007 to 2009. Remember that whole Sky Clan thing? At one point, a prophecy is foretold that, quote, your kin will have the power of the stars. This arc is about finding the 3 cats with special star powers. They find all 3 of them. Turns out only 2 of the 3 have powers. That's the third series.
Or
Fourth
do
series,
they?
Okay.
Warriors, Omen of the Stars, 2009 to 2012. The third superpower cat is discovered. It is discovered that Tiger Claw, somehow Palpatine returned. Tiger Claw has been, this is my favorite bullet point, training a cat army in the Dark Forest. Friendly reminder, that's cat hell. Tiger Claw has been training all the dead bad cats in cat hell.
Zombie Tiger Claw has a demon cat army, is what I'm hearing.
Pretty much. It's actually, they like attack through their dreams, but yeah.
Yeah. That's the season where they needed to bring the big names back because they started losing people.
Yeah, exactly.
And they're like, no, we're bringing back Tommy.
So Zombie Tiger Claw has a demon cat army with is it Freddy Krueger powers? Is Freddy Krueger the one that gets you in your dreams?
Exactly.
That kicks ass.
Firestar, our special cat boy, is discovered to also have special cat boy powers. There's a giant battle.
Hell yeah.
Tiger Star's tyranny is ended once and for all when his spirit form is killed, and Firestar dies of his wounds, making Gray Stripe Gray Star, the new leader of ThunderClan, and our special cat boy ascends to the great beyond StarClan. There's 5 more.
So he would have died 8. He died 8 times before this climactic Avengers Endgame-esque battle with the zombie ghosts.
Yeah. Firestar dies of his wounds.
Cool.
I mean, it takes us 24 books to get there. So he's got enough time to lose some lives.
That's a lot
in
of
there.
life.
And again, like there's 5 more 6-book arcs in
I mean
this.
they did the smart thing and set up a pretty interesting world that aren't dependent on a few characters.
Yeah. Yep. They do a really good job of setting up like their cats die. When cats die, things happen. It happens the same way all the time because this happens a lot. It's not like, shit, man, we got to plot armor this cat for 80 books. Like, what are we going to do? Okay.
Yeah. I mean, it's the pro of like having a bunch of characters. Like, it's why, like, you know, Harry Potter isn't really Harry Potter without the character. Naruto doesn't really work without Naruto. Like, they did the right thing and like set up an interesting world. But the con is that there are 1 million fucking characters.
Exactly. All right. That's all the plot I'm going through. You're good. I've got just a couple more bullet points here. What's next for Warriors? Where are we right now? It is August 24th, 2025, when we record this podcast. The 6th book of the 8th arc, entitled Star, was published in November of 2024. The 9th arc, entitled Changing Skies, began this year. The Elder's Quest came out in January of 2025, and Hidden Moon is due out in November of 2025. And
wow,
don't worry, the next book, Chasing Shadows, comes out Monday, 2 days after tomorrow, or 2 days, Tuesday, 2 days after we're recording this episode. Another book in this series releases, which is crazy, just insane. I kind of read that wrong. I'm sorry. Chasing Shadows is due out in March of 26. The next super edition is due out this upcoming Monday at time of recording, and it's called StormClan's Folly. Sorry, I read my bullets wrong. It's been 2 hours. I'm sure you're all asking, how has there never been a Warriors movie? Like, how in the world have we had 22 years of content and nobody's put it to visual? Well,
really, like any visual media.
Yeah.
Not a cartoon, not anything.
Yeah.
Nothing. In 2016, Alibaba Pictures bought the movie rights and announced plans to do a CGI film.
That's the answer.
And it never made it out of production hell. And in 2024, the Kulabi Group inked a deal with Tencent Video. Tencent is the parent company that owns TikTok and like most of Chinese content marketing.
I mean, they're Chinese Viacom, basically.
To make an animated series. Nothing has really moved on that, but I mean, it's only been 8 months, so it's really not that long in production time. There have been a number of fans who have been hit with cease and desist letters from the publishers for animated videos that they've produced. Now, again, I go back, like,
protect that IP.
Fan culture, fan work, fan art, huge part of this, and it's something that's really been embraced by the publishers. And so most of the reports that I found have been like, hey, I think I got C&D'd because I think I hit too close to like what they're writing for the show. So they made me take it down because when we make fun cat videos, nobody cares. So, you know, is there going to be a series? I don't know, man. They've got a gajillion books coming out. They got 117 books to read. You want a series? Make one by closing your eyes and dreaming about it. That's it. Free me from this cat-shaped prison. Please, let me rest.
It's kind of one of those things. I feel like at this point, if it's still going strong, I don't know that a series, like a a television series or movie is like the right move, because if it goes poorly, it has the chance to just end it all.
It has its fans. It is clearly like they're still making content and it's successful enough. It is one of those things. I think that's exactly it. What Kyle said is like, if it's not broke, don't fix it. Like they don't probably need to bring in a whole swath of new people, readers, you know?
Yeah,
like just
I'm guessing and the fan base probably does that enough.
And I know I get the fan base wants this, but like, you know, this sounds like a franchise that is at the like, keep it on the tracks. Don't fix what's not broken.
Yeah, don't The Last Airbender in 3D it.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah,
exactly.
Well, that's it. I would like to ask, before we wrap up, what do you guys think? Do you plan on engaging with this content? Tell me your thoughts on Warriors.
I mean, this is really cool. I'm not going to engage on it because it's not for me.
Absolutely.
But I will tell you, if I was of the right age when this came out, 1,000% I would be into this. I mean, this is just Naruto. Like, it's just different Naruto without the ninja coding. And I would have been all the fuck over at least one of these arcs. Like, I probably wouldn't have been reading 117 books, but I definitely could have seen, like, being like you and like at least, you know, reading like 5 or 6 of them.
Yeah. There's definitely a world where I pick up this book at the Scholastic Book Fair instead of something
100%.
else and am all in. This is very cool. Similarly to Andrew, I'm not a 10-year-old child looking for a fantasy franchise to read anymore. I'm not going to engage with this much past this. But it's very cool. I'm glad for all the fans of it that there is like fresh content coming out.
It's very cute. It's very silly that these are just like cat-ass cats.
Yeah, man.
But like it is also very funny how them being cats doesn't really matter. Cause like I think anything that you said in these last 2 hours, it could have been any other animal or any other being and it would have been the exact same story. So like the fact that they are cats is just they're cats.
They're cats.
Yeah.
Which I really find really endearing.
Yeah. I think that sums it up really well. I had a really good time going back through this and like remembering things. And then I quickly got overwhelmed and was like, I remember why I stopped reading these. Yes, I remember. But it's really fun. And it like, I was never the kid that was like, holy shit, this book's got a map in it. I'm so excited. And I know that there are people out there like that. And this whole series is riddled with that. I mean, like they're putting out field guides to give you more maps and more context. And
when I said this would have 1,000% been my shit, like, yeah man, give me a map on the inside jacket. You've got my 1550.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's cool. Like you said, I'm stoked for people who do really like it and continue to get good content. I mean, like the best thing that I can wish for any IP that someone is passionate about is long-term good content from largely the original team that doesn't start to suck eventually. That's awesome.
It's kind of the dream.
And I'm sure it's like anything that goes this long. Like they either tank or they like level out at an average of like everything's like a 6.5 to 7.5. And like, what more could you want as a fan of something than like, you know,
it's very Animorphs. Like, again, I think like Kyle and I read Animorphs because it came out 8 years before this.
Right. Yeah.
But like you said, if this came out 8 years before it did, this would have been
our
Animorphs. This would have been our Animorphs. But like Animorphs, Animorphs ended and they just ended the story. But I feel like it had a very similar, like it had its fans. It had enough buzz. It kind of went through and like they didn't change course. They did the thing, and it continued to fly enough under the radar where like a massive motion picture didn't either like destroy it or blow it out of the water and make it mainstream. It's like maybe that's just the dream, you know?
Yeah, man. That's, white picket fence, 2.5 kids. It's the dream of all IPs.
It's the media equivalent of like having a like pretty successful coffee shop in a busy part of your local town and like never expanding, like just being able to pay the bills on your one small business and being fine.
Yep. Exactly. And what a better place to end it than right there. So I'm going to say thanks for listening to Debate This. You can follow along with the arguments on Instagram, YouTube, and Patreon at Debate This Cast, or on our website at debatethiscast.com. And if you want to support Debate This more, check out our Patreon at patreon.com/debatethiscast, where for the price of $5 a month, you can get access to our monthly Patreon exclusive show, Deconstructed, all the backlog episodes of our D&D show, The Office Drones. For $10, you can get access to our show notes, and for $60 one time, you can commission your own flavor text, just like this, about whatever you want. Maybe the next 6 books of the Warrior series. I don't know. Until next time, I'm Matt Cole.
I'm Kyle, also have never been affiliated with publisher HarperCollins Harper.
And I'm Andrew, Jellicle Clans for Jellicle Cats, Henderson.
And we're saying thanks for debating with us. And if you think we're wrong, you can come fight us behind the swing sets, nerds.